Boom, what's up, y'all? All right, so check this out. I saw this article, or I saw another article. This one's pretty similar, just from a different source. This is from legal affairs writer, AP Press, Kurt Anderson, and the title is Herbalife Distributors Claim in 1 Billion Suit Events Were a Sham. So Herbalife, if y'all don't know, is probably the biggest MLM, which is multi-level marketing company per se in the United States. And if you all have been following my videos and playing with me over the last 2 years, you all have know that I have talked about MLM with my personal experience. I've been in 2 MLMs, Amway about 25 years ago, and another one, it's called Limu. It was like an energy drink, and I got sucked into it and I got scammed or shammed this for about I think about $500 the first time and about $6 grand the second time. And so when I started Ridiculously Raw Authentic, you know, if you're an admin of a Facebook group, they train their MLMers. So if you're an MLM, if it's Unique, if it's Herbalife, if it's Young Essential Living Oils, there's literally hundreds of them. They train their MLM little ninjas to infiltrate and to penetrate Facebook groups by posting, you know, engaging questions that can follow up with comments. And then what they'll do is they'll send messages to these people and try to sell them on their essential oils, on their protein shakes, on their eyeshadow, on their makeup, whatever it is. And you know, a year ago, that's what happened to our group, y'all. I literally had to delete and block over 6,000 people because I found out that they're MLMers. And I got a lot of people upset with me saying, well, what I do in my personal life as a side hustle shouldn't mean that, you know, I can't play in the group. Well, if your main objective is to prey on people and to snipe on people, and so you can follow up with a lead and get it and you know, like a lead generation, and to slip into their IMs, their inbox, their PMs, and PM them, you know, hey, can you join my event? Or here, you know, can you talk to this consultant? Whatever it is, I just couldn't have that in our group. And again, I still get a lot of heat for it, but now I'm pretty good on spotting the MLM. So I'm going to read this article to you. And I remember listening and hearing about this lawsuit, I think 3 or 4 years ago. So when this lawsuit first started coming about, this Herbalife, which is, I believe, the biggest MLM, multi-level marketing period scheme in the world, they've been doing business and preying on pretty much all humans. The rich, the middle class, the poor, the elderly, senior citizens, whatever it is. You know, if you've got money, they're going to prey on you. And I pretty much had a zero tolerance with all MLMs. And so check it out. If you're part of an MLM, I get it, because I was super, especially with Limu, I was like, you know, I had the camaraderie, I had the branding, I had a new circle of friends, and you know, I was like, hey, you know, I can play and still make money. And when people would say no and be like, oh, this is a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, I'll be like, no, it's not. And then I'd reach out to my family and my friends and I'd try to sell them on this. And the more times I heard no, the more times I wanted to keep trying and to promote this product. And you know, if you get down, you're like, no, I believe in this product, and then I get it, you know, it's kind of addictive, and you don't want to fail. And so, you know, these events, it's all about recruiting. The more you recruit, the more new blood, more people that come in and buy these introduction packages, these introduction monthly subscriptions. You have to buy a certain minimum of product. You know, you keep trying and you keep trying and you keep trying. All of a sudden, you're $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in debt. And they want you to keep going and keep going. And then what happens is not only did you dig yourself a hole, but a lot of times you dig your friends and family because you brought them in with you. And so, in my opinion, MLMs are one of the most toxic side hustles. Less than, I mean, it's like 0.001% of the people in MLMs, because it's a pyramid scheme, actually make any type of money. And if anybody tells you differently, I'm telling you, they're misinformed. So let's go ahead and read this. And this really got my blood boiling. I'm currently living in South Florida, And so I'm just going to read it. This is from the AP Press, all right? So it says, Herbalife distributors claim in 1 billion suit events were a sham. Any type of MLM, they call them events, they call them parties, they get you jacked up on caffeine, whatever it is. You know, you're supposed to meet up, you're supposed to have these meetings and get 3 or 4 people at a time. And then that's what happens, you have peer pressure, so you have 4 or 5 MLMers, you know, totally over-promising, totally, you know, saying that they're making all of this money when in fact they're not, and they're freaked out too. So this is in Miami, which I believe I'm only like 3 hours from Miami. It says, Patricia and Jeff Rogers figured they did everything right to get rich beyond their wildest dreams, selling Herbalife, health, and personal care products. You will find out the majority of MLMs are about health and fitness, nutrition, if it's a snake oil, if it's essential oils, if it's a protein powder, if it's the newest, greatest Aussie berry drink, if it's the latest and great diet pill where your fat's just gonna melt off. Whatever it is, most of the time, it's too good to be true. And most of the time, the MLM products, they pay for citation reviews. They pay for these third-party testimonials. And a lot of it is junk. So not only are you not going to make any money, you're buying a bunch of junk as well. So it continues, says, but they didn't get rich. Instead, Patricia Rogers estimates the couple lost over $100,000. Now remember, this is the biggest MLM company in the world, and they've been operating for a very long time, and this lawsuit, I believe, has taken over 4 years to get headway. So the last 4 years, they've still been praying. $1 billion, y'all, and this company estimated, or this couple, excuse me, estimated that they lost over $100,000. So think about it. They're 5 in, they're 10 in, they double down. Now they're 20 grand in. They're talking to their friends, their high school buddies, their family members. Now they're 50 in. Now they're $100,000 in that they have lost, right? Now the couple, and wait, it says, but they didn't get rich. Instead, Patricia Rogers estimated the couple lost over $100,000, including about $20,000 spent on attending Herbalife events. That's where they recruit you. Okay, if you know any, I bet you've been hit up all the time. They're very, very sneaky, and I was aware of it, but with my Facebook group, how they infiltrated me, they come like 40, 50 ninja strong, y'all. Like unique, they'll have like, 15 women come in, they'll join the group, and then they'll invite all their unique friends, and then they'll say, they'll write like they'll create a post, and they'd be like, what's a natural eyeshadow that you use? Not even saying that they're, unique. And then what happens is anybody that comments, anybody that likes, they friend them, and then they send them a private message to bring them to their events, because a pyramid scheme cannot work. Hello, a pyramid scheme cannot work unless you recruit. It's all about recruiting, because introductory packages can be $500 all the way to $2,000. And typically people that get in and they get out real quick, because they're like, whoa, there's no way I'm gonna make money. This is definitely a scheme, a pyramid scheme. But a lot of people double down, triple down, quadruple down, and they recruit. So they lost, including $20,000 they spent on attending Herbalife events. Now, the couple and others are suing the multi-level marketing company that sells its products through a network of distributors who recruit more distributors. The potential class action case could involve more than 100,000 plaintiffs and might mean as much as $1 billion in damages. $1 billion in damages. And check this out. Y'all might be MLMers, right? It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. And the majority of the time, 99.9% of the time, if I talk like this or if I give my input on MLMers, they take it personal, and they call me names. They send me, HAT mail, horrible messages, because they're in denial. And just think, this is just one MLM company. This is just one. There's hundreds, thousands of MLM companies. I think it's like a $4-5 billion industry. It could even be bigger. So it says, they say, we did everything they told us to do. We attended every event. We traveled and we spent money. And we didn't get successful like they said we would. Rogers said in an interview at the couple's home in Hollandale Beach, Florida. So I'm currently in Clearwater, Florida. I think that might be, I think that's like 100 miles away. It's in South Florida. It says, you get involved in it. It's almost like a cult mentality. It's so true. It's camaraderie, right? Then you have that peer pressure. Or if you're lonely, if you're depressed, if you don't have a good circle of friends, you ninja flip into an MLM, you automatically have a circle of friends, right? And then you have to go recruit, then you have more circle of friends. So it is kind of cultish. I recognize that as well. It also says, Los Angeles-based Herbalife, a publicly traded company with 2017 net sales of $4.4 billion. That was their annual sales in 2017. Has long been embroiled in litigation and regulatory actions over its business practices, which have been compared by some to a pyramid scheme. Mark my word, read my lips, all MLMers are a pyramid scheme. A spokesman declined to comment for this story, although Herbalife attorneys are seeking to get the lawsuit dismissed or moved from Florida to California court. It says, Herbalife lawyers say in court papers that distributors now suing the company in Miami were not specific in how company statements influenced them into making bad decisions. Plaintiffs' failure to specify how they were misled by these alleged misrepresentation is fatal to many key claims the lawyer wrote. So basically MLMers, especially big ones, they lawyer up and then they just play the litigation. So if they can make $4.4 billion in 1 year, you know, what's a couple $100 million in lawyer fees, right? Because they have, you know, hundreds of millions of more people. They expand into China, they expand into Singapore, they expand into Mexico, because remember, more signups, more recruiting, that's how they make their money. They don't make off renewal and monthlies, they make off the new blood, the new recruitment. In 2016, the company settled a Federal Trade Commission case for $200 million. See, it's centered on Herbalife's business model being based on recruitment of distributors rather than actual sales of its products. Boom, I nailed it. Such as protein shakes, vitamins, and skincare items. 1 year earlier, another lawsuit by Herbalife distributors ended in $17.5 million settlement. That's pennies, y'all. That's pennies on the dollars. That's micro pennies on the dollars. If they're making $4.5 billion, what's $200 million? What's $20 million? And this is so big. The reason why I'm doing it is because this is the biggest MLM company in the world. So if this goes through, y'all, it's basically going to disrupt all MLMers. And that's why I have been telling everybody, you know, when you get front and center and you're doing a lot of videos, do you know how many times I've been hit up by MLMers? Hundreds of times, hundreds and hundreds of times. And I politely say no. And I've always told them, look, you don't need to be part of an MLM. Create your own brand, create your own logo, be front and center, go live, be an influencer, be a macro influencer, be a micro influencer, create your own product, create your own service, brand yourself. You do not need to be part of a pyramid scheme to make money. It says, they felt like they were chasing a ghost. It's the event you missed that would have changed your life, Mark said. These tens of thousands of people, in this case, lost money. I believe the mass majority of people lose money through the Herbalife opportunity. I'm just going to kind of skim because this is a very long article. It says, it's crazy. You get so pepped up. It's like a Super Bowl for us, she said. It's like the biggest event of the year. And they spend a lot of money on these events. A lot of money. You get a lot of the free product. I remember when I was part of Limu, it was an energy drink. So just think about it, right? You know, if you're depressed, you know, if you have anxiety, you know, you don't have a lot of friends, all of a sudden you go to this huge event. It's kind of like a rock concert. And with Limu, it was an energy drink. So you get all jacked up on all this caffeine. And then you have like the micro 1% that are claiming they're making like gold status, double platinum, ruby, you know, gem, you know, whatever it is, sapphire. They get like this pin, they're saying they're making 30, 40 grand a month. And you're like, whoa, you're all like, wow, you know, well, you wouldn't be there unless you needed some money or some dough. So you're all jacked up on some caffeine and you watch all these people that look like they got their stuff together, you know, and maybe it's a possibility that, you know, about less than 1% have that, but it's a pyramid scheme, right? So they're making all of that money. The 1% are making all of that money from the new people that you bring in, like your friends and family, and your friends and family are not going to make any money. From what I've seen and from my experience and all the people that I've wrapped from, it's like an average loss from every single individual between $4,000 to $6,000 $4,000 to $6,000. So trust me, the only reason why I do these videos, y'all, if you are in an MLM, do your research right now. There's hundreds of Facebook groups. There's hundreds of Reddit threads, Craigslist threads that talk about this stuff. And I guarantee you, you know, your gut, when you're thinking, you're like, man, should I really keep doing this? Should I really keep buying this product? What am I doing? I've dragged my family into it. All those gut feelings are true feelings. And I'm telling you, 99% of the people that are in the same boat as you. And that's why I always say, and I have zero tolerance, and I'm not scared at all, get out now. Because if they take Herbalife down, y'all, with all the disruption that's going on, I feel like I'm repeating myself. When the banks are going to be disrupted very, very soon, the blockchain, digital currency, all of this technology, AI, all of this stuff, and then everybody's going to try to have a side hustle, right? So MLM companies are even going to try to double down more because a lot of humans are going to be out of work, right? They want a lot of governments are moving to universal income because a lot of AI machines are taking over human jobs. So when people can't make money the traditional way, what are they going to do? They're going to try to go get a side hustle. And then these MLMs are even going to double down, triple down. So there's going to be more MLMs, more access to all this new blood, right? All these new fees. But if this lawsuit goes through, there's the FCC, there's going to be so many laws that it's almost going to be impossible for these companies to be doing this. And I believe they've been doing, I think pyramid schemes like this, the true multi-level marketing, has been around for 45 years. But when I saw this article, I'm pleased because I've been talking about it because there's so many people that pitch me and pitch me and pitch me. And then a month later, they're like, geez, Tom, you know, this happened here, man, I really should have listened to you. I should have branded myself. You know, I spent another $1,200. I got all these pamphlets and I've got like a whole case of, you know, this pea protein or this whey protein. I've got boxes of this, boxes of that. I can't get rid of it, man. I wish I would have got out sooner. And so that's why I'm doing these videos. And it's not the easiest thing to take. I know, I've been there. You're like, nah, dude, I believe in this company, man. I believe in this company. I'm going to keep going. You know, I'm not going to be a failure. And a lot of people don't like to hear it. A lot of people are like, nah, dude, you know, I can work hard. I can be that 1%. If you're in an MLM, get out right now. Right now. Just do it. After this video, like, and sometimes they make it impossible to get out. It's like a cancellation fee. You got to call 192,000 number that's in Mars or Jupiter. It takes like 8 days to do it, and they'll make you pass your billing date. Then you got to return your product. Then you got to like have an act of Congress, and you got to sign your signature like 40,000 different ways, cursive, backwards, upside down, just to get out while they're still billing you. So get out now. Find out how to get out, and I don't care what it is. If it's a closing, Lululemon, Lulu this, makeup, any of it, get out. Share this video, because I guarantee you, and it's not funny, it's just I've been talking about this so long. When I saw this article, I'm like, look, it's coming down. I guarantee you, every single one of you have been hit up by an MLM. You know, your sister, brother, aunt, cousin, uncle have been hit you up, and I guarantee you half of you right now are an MLM. So if you want to help someone, share this video. You can listen to this. You can go to all these news articles. You can go in all the Reddit threads. You can go in all the Facebook groups dedicated to MLMs that tell the truth. So, you know, if you haven't been ripped off once, two times, 3 times, 4 times, let your friends see this video so they cannot lose 3, 4, 5 grand. And not only money, it's time and heartache and failure. Because, you know, people get so hardcore about this when really they can be doing something else. You know, they can profit off their passion. They can serve, they can help. They can create the latest and greatest, whatever it is, and sell it and make a legitimate business with a legitimate product and not have to be part of a pyramid scheme. So let's see what else we got here. Let's just wrap it up. Let's see. I want to see, like, it's so long. Like, look at these, like, look at this. Look at this. Does this resonate with anybody? Look at that. Look at that. How many of you have product in your attic, in your basement, in your she shed, in your living room, in your bathroom, and that's how you feel? I guarantee you the majority of you do have just product and product and product and product, and then they pitch, oh, well, it's a lifestyle, you don't have to work. Well, if you're constantly pitching your family and friends, yo, and you have all this product and you're trying to make money, it's a job, and it's actually a hassle, right? And it could get depressing. Let's see, Herbalife. Let me just read the final thing and I'll let you all go. So it says, U.S. District Judge Marcia U.S. District Judge Marcia Cook in Miami is weighing all these mentions. The trial is set for September 2019. That's 5 years of litigation. Do you see how much they lawyer up, y'all? If you're making $4.5 billion, they will just keep trying to extend and extend and extend so they can get, you know, hundreds of thousand new signups at 5, 6, 7 grand a pop. So 2019, a year from now, September 2019, if the case isn't resolved before then, a key hearing is set for Wednesday on partial mentions. It says Rogers, the former Florida Herbalife distributor who's suing, said she'd like to recover some of her money, but also hopes others don't get fooled as she thinks she was. Exactly. So she's you know, she's doing a cause. She wants to speak out, and she's part of the lawsuit, but she wants people, if anybody is part of Herbalife, they want people to see this article or to share her story so they could say, hey, get out. It says, I took what money I had, I followed a dream, I was sold. It was addictive. It was almost like you got hypnotized and you were in some kind of trance. Then you realize, man, I really got duped. That's the end of the story, y'all. I'm gonna leave it like this. If you're an MLMer, don't take it personal, because that's where you set yourself up. Don't take it personal. Just get out, ninja flip, pivot. Just say, peace be with you, MLM. You know, if your friends get upset, if your other rad little MLMers get upset, just say, peace be with you. I guarantee you they will follow you very, very soon. This is my video, a little bit of a switch up. I'm going to Kauai in 48 days. I'm gonna be streaming 4 hours at a time. It's gonna be real live streaming. So anything that I do, you are gonna see me. This article caught my eye, and I have been talking about this same subject for a very, very long time. The biggest titan of the MLM is probably going to be taken down. And if that happens, MLMs are gonna be gone. Of course, they're gonna find a new side hustle. They're gonna rename it. They're gonna do something else. But make your own product. Find out what your passion is. Find out what your hobby is. Create your own service and do it legitimately, where you're not pressured, where you don't have to buy anything, and you're not obligated to buy a monthly thing. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. If you haven't joined our group, go to Ridiculously Raw Authentic, introduce yourself. I challenge you to make a post every 30 days. If you pick your nose and eat it, tell us about it. If you have heartache, tell us about it. If something inspiring happened to you today, tell us about it. Whatever it is, tell us your story for 30 days, one day at a time. I love every single one of you. Keep it raw, stay rad. What?